Hey guys, welcome to Neat Movie News. My name is Dean Thomas.
His name is Dean. We like Dean.
And in theaters this weekend, we've got a brand new horror movie written and directed by one half of the Key and Peele duo. This one is directed by Jordan Peele, and it is Get Out.
So you guys coming up from the city?
Yeah, we're just heading up for the weekend.
Can I see your license, please?
He wasn't driving.
I didn't ask who was driving. I asked to see his ID.
Call me Dean and you hug me, my man.
So how long has this been going on, this thing?
Now, going into this movie, I did not know a lot, and sometimes that can be the best thing, especially with horror movies, because there's always twists and turns within them, and if you don't know them, you really get the impact and the surprise. So going into this movie, I didn't know much. Now, I have to say, this movie right here might be one of my favorite, if not the favorite for me, of my favorite movie-going experiences, because I've just gotten into horror movies in the past 6 months to a year, and I don't go to the theater to see a lot of them, so this one I go to. It's a pretty packed audience, and people were just laughing. They were yelling and screaming at the screen. When things would get quiet, somebody would make a little comment, and it was just the funniest thing. It was the most fun experience. It's that classic thing of people are yelling at the screen. Don't go in there, don't go do that, And the best part about this is because this movie is so weird, it's creepy, it does all of those things really, really well. And that's the thing, because it was so off-putting and strange, and people are just yelling at the screen. What is going on? And that's the thing that this movie accomplishes, because overall, it's a relatively predictable thing. There's a couple things I definitely didn't quite figure out, but I could tell from, oh, they definitely showed me this in the beginning, or they gave me this little plot point because it's going to pay off later on. And I would see a lot of those things coming, but it's because the movie is executed so strangely and such an original concept. It's by far an original concept. That's what keeps you engaged with the movie, and there's some crazy good acting in here. I don't know the guy's name, but the main actor in this, who was also in an episode of Black Mirror, this guy's got a future ahead of him, because he was fantastic in this movie. There's one scene in particular that they kind of show in the trailer that I won't tell you what it is, but it's just crazy good acting. You can tell this guy really is able to go to certain places and then really come out with that emotion from what his character was going through. But like I said, this movie is just bonkers. There's so many times where you're just going, what is this? What is going on? It's so creepy, like I said, off-putting. It's more of a thriller than a horror. I mean, there are some jump scares definitely in there, but it's not I don't know, for whatever reason, horror, I think, kind of slashers or, paranormal ghost stuff. This one's much more of a psychological thriller, what's going on. Now, there's a couple problems I have with this movie that I can't really go into too much because they would give away spoilers. And one of the problems I had was where the movie ends up going. Its overall plot, the basic idea of when you finally figure out what exactly has been going on this whole time, I thought I didn't love what the actual outcome was. It was a little, I don't know, it was a little too far out there from what the movie had kind of set up. And then there's one little plot hole that I and actually a friend had noticed that it was just something we noticed. I could easily get over it, brush it aside, but I did notice it, and it just kind of left me thinking, okay, how did that happen? But it was relatively small, and those are really my main two complaints, because like I said, the movie's creepy, it's effective with getting kind of under your skin and creeping out and making you say, what in the world is happening right now? But like I said, maybe the most fun I've ever had at a theater, with people yelling and screaming, cheering when certain things would happen on screen. And I gotta really say too, I gotta give a lot of credit. You can see where the mind of Jordan Peele came into when he was making this, because this movie is very much about racial stuff between, obviously it's a white family and the daughter brings home her black boyfriend. And it hits a lot of things where you go, yep, that's true, yep, that's true. The way people interact with each other, especially how some white people will interact when they come across a black person or something along those lines, or any ethnicity, any different sort of culture, you can get all of that. And there's some just crazy moments in here that just make you laugh and go, wow, they really went there with this, didn't they? And then obviously there is some humor, don't worry, there is some humor. The movie's got some funny parts. The character of Rod is definitely, he is hilarious in the movie, and it's the way he interacts with the main character, and you can definitely see that's where Jordan Peele's comedy came through. But for me, Get Out was so much fun to watch. It's creepy, it's weird, it's unsettling. I'm gonna give this one a pretty high score, and while I think maybe if I was alone in a room, my score wouldn't be this high watching it, but because the theater just elevated my experience, I have to give it an elevated score. I'm gonna give it an 88%. It was so much fun. you won't. It's a little predictable, but like I said, it executes itself so well. And I'm sure if you go to see this movie in the theater, you will have a crazy good time watching it. And you'll be creeped out. You'll kind of laugh because you're unsettled a little bit. You'll have a lot of fun with it. So there you guys have it. That is my review of Get Out. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Neat Movie News for all the latest in the world of movies. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you back here next time.